We're going to redo that. So, this is The Blank Space. I'm Timbo.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Cam.
And we are going to talk about communication and conversations. So, first and foremost, are communication and conversation something that's easy for y'all? Or is it something that y'all kind of have to work on and really, think about when it comes to people?
I suck at both.
Same. You can definitely say that.
I'm not good at communicating at all.
It depends on who I'm talking to. Yeah.
What makes you bad at communicating?
I don't know how to express myself. Everything comes out as anger.
Same.
And I just be mad as hell.
But it's really I'm trying to explain it to you, but in the process of me explaining it to you, I get mad, so then that's what's going to come out. I definitely get that.
That's my problem. But with women, I know how to control the conversation because I know it's not going to go anything beyond that. But with niggas, I don't have no restraint. So, yeah. It gets a little...
Yeah, I could communicate with girls fine, but niggas, nah.
Girl, you do not communicate with women fine.
Yes, I do. Why I don't? What are we doing?
You beat the ball up.
You be fighting?
No.
Don't let her.
That's not what we...
She not retired or nothing.
No.
She ain't retired shit in her life.
I just communicate
With her hands. That's how she communicates.
No.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
She gonna tell you once and one time only, okay?
That's all you get.
That's the only communication when it comes to females. But yeah, so definitely, I feel like, okay, let me ask this. So do you feel like communication is harder now in this generation with social media, or it was harder before social media?
I feel like it was harder before social media.
And why do you feel like that?
Because I feel like I communicate better on social networks than I do in person.
Is it because you have that barrier?
I don't know. I just be I'm a lot more open on social media than I am with people.
Which makes it makes sense because I feel like social media kind of lets you have not necessarily a facade, but a security blanket in a sense.
You can talk in code without feeling that persecution.
Yeah. And you don't have to feel people's direct energies about what you feel and what you say and shit like that. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah. Communicating in that aspect. But do you feel like social media has done a lot of fucking up communication and conversation?
I think so. All I know how to do is talk direct, and on social media you talking code, and it's no, this is what I said. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of has, in a sense. I feel like people don't communicate as directly. For you, you use it for more of direction, but I feel like most people use it for when you get into the whole catfishing shit. People also use it to be manipulative and to have that facade, like I said, because you can be anybody you want on social media. Yeah. You post the right pictures and make the right comments, people are going to believe anything you post on your social media, but in real life, you may be the exact opposite of that. That's how a lot of people live. A lot.
For sure. No, for
I think it puts us against other generations because they look at us and say, oh, y'all all fake. Y'all don't even know who y'all are because we've been allowed social media to tell us you don't have to be who you are. You can be who you are here, and then real life really don't matter.
Definitely. So let's get into this whole metaverse shit since we're talking about communication and shit like that. When it comes to this metaverse stuff and how they're literally recreating a whole nother reality for us to be living in outside of the one that we already live in, how do y'all feel about that? Are y'all going to participate? You going to have you an avatar?
I actually don't know what that is.
So basically, whenever Facebook went through that scandal of the child sex trafficking and that whistleblower that came out and exposed Facebook for all that fuck shit that they were doing, I want to say about a couple weeks, if not a couple days later, they expressed the fact that they were changing their name from Facebook, right? If you understand.
When you log in, it's Meta at the bottom.
And that's the metaverse. And basically, they had to recreate their whole dynamic of their app for them not to be sued for all the shit that they just went through. if you understand the legalities of all of that. So now we have a metaverse. And that metaverse is something that they've created that's, like I said, another reality outside of our own, where people can literally do everything we do in this world, but it'd be on a computer.
Okay.
People are getting married. People are buying real estate. It's actually reinventing the real estate business.
Real estate?
That it, yeah.
Real estate?
Yeah, because you can buy property in the metaverse and basically build shit on it. Like one of the cryptocurrencies actually bought majority of the real estate in the metaverse, and they now have opened up like skate parks, malls, ballparks, all kinds of stuff, because you're gonna spend money there. It's just like a video game in a sense, and you're spending money there, you're making money there, all that stuff. It's basically like a real life Sims game.
That sounds like fun.
It is until you. It is until you forget to live your real life because you're stuck in the metaverse.
That don't sound like fun to y'all.
No.
It's scary. Have y'all seen that movie? And there's like everybody lives in like quads, or because the world is so messed up, they have to run away. It's like that doesn't like.
I don't know.
Scary,
That
y'all.
sound fun to me. I ain't gonna lie.
It does sound fun
Like
until
being
you
in a
realize what
video
they're
game?
doing.
Am I like being in a video game?
I mean, your life is already a video game if you understand it.
No.
It literally already is a
I don't
video
know what
game.
the fuck
The
going
internet
on.
is already like this expansive thing that just has stuff that none of us know about. This is just adding on to that and amplifying it even more. It's like you gonna get lost in that shit.
Yep. That's where the NFT stuff plays a big part in, and all that stuff. Like they're really trying to revolutionize everything. They're trying to make everything digital, including us. Literally including us. She's like, I'm okay with being digital.
That sounds fun to me.
But I mean, we're literally living out the Matrix at that point. Like, if you think about it.
Have you seen those movies?
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Of course. That's what I'm saying. We are literally living out the Matrix at that point. Like, and then also the correlation that I always make a lot is that episode of Rick and Morty, when basically he created this universe to fuel his engine or make his engine run for his spaceship or whatever. And then that universe ended up creating another universe to do their business for them, to where they didn't have to do anything. And then that universe was actually unfolding some new science and creating their own universe. So it's just like, if you think about that dynamic and then think about that, like, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but you get what I'm trying to say. But if you think about it like that, like, you kind of like put into play, like, that's exactly what we seem to be doing here. Like, then you think about creation and blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, I wonder what part of the scale I'm at. Are we at the bottom or the top? We the universe that created, or the one that got created?
So you just see this as being another step to elevating us as a whole. So you don't.
Honestly, no. I feel like it's going to be the death of humanity, if you want me to be completely honest. Yeah, definitely.
That was extreme.
I mean, I'm just being honest. If you think about it, technology is going to kill humanity regardless. And this is a huge step in that happening. You can't think that Facebook had anything good going whenever it came to this.
Well, I gotta die eventually anyway.
Literally, we all do.
What can I do about it?
I think all of our generation thinks the same way, and it's like, what are we gonna do? We gotta make these decisions.
Literally.
Yeah.
I feel like people just really need to, I don't know, like, weigh the options. Do you want to get,
what are the options?
do you want to get drug in, or do you want to stay out?
How do you stay out? If that's like what the world is doing, how do you stay out of that?
Not like fall for the madness, really.
So
like,
before we even get too deep in that, do you think we're taking ourselves too seriously by taking all this in and saying, "Oh, it's gonna change the world"? Like, is it really gonna last?
no, because it's already changing the world.
No.
Just because you haven't heard the buzz about it doesn't mean that it's not already happening. A lot of it
True.
they are going to keep on the down low and not really filter through to our social media sites and shit like that, because they don't want you to know the plans they actually have until it's more solidified to have them. You know what I mean?
Well, damn.
I don't know. Like, yeah, the shit's scary in a sense, but it really isn't. As long as you make sure you're good, you know? You just always got to make sure you are good at the end of the day.
I feel like whatever's happening in the world, like everything, every time something like some bad shit happen in the world, I just feel like, well, you're your own person. You control your own life, so it don't matter what's going on. Like, you know, you can work through that.
And that's what I meant by your life's a video game. That's literally what that is. You are.
You want to sign up right now?
You are. You have the joystick. You just gotta, move your little sim around.
I don't like that. It makes it seem like the seriousness is gone out of life. It's like, I've been good too long. What is this? You can just come up and just come up on that and just, it's like, okay, whatever.
So do you think in relationships nowadays, or even... Shut up! So do you think in relationships nowadays, communication is kind of lost? Do we kind of just... Basically, do we let social media kind of control our flow of communication when it comes to relationships?
I think without wanting to, that's going to happen anyway. Because even if you're like a person like me, I don't like social media like that. The people that you're dating are going to love it. And that's going to dictate how they go about things. So that's going to make you change how you go about things. So it's inevitable. It's going to happen.
I basically asked that for like idealisms, like people's idealisms whenever it comes to social media and the idealisms that they get from social media behind relationships and all that stuff. So
I don't know how to answer that, honestly. I feel like social media plays a big part in my communication of my relationships. So, I don't know. It's just like, I can't say what I want to say to that person. I don't know why I do that. But I can't say what I want to say to that person. But I can get on social media and, like, communicate that way. I don't know.
So some dude make you mad. You not want to tell him because you just.
I'm not gonna tell him.
Stress him.
I'm gonna get on social media and I'm gonna say
I'm
something.
gonna say something. So if he follow you, he know.
He know.
See, that's why I don't follow people. I don't want to deal with all that. Tell me, talk to me. You got my number. We grown. We can talk.
I can't.
But why is that?
I don't know. I don't want to talk to you about it. I'm just going to post about it. If you watch it, you watch it. You're going to see what the fuck I'm talking about. If you don't, then you don't. It's still up there. I'm sure you watching, but...
So you just going to wait on that person that you care that much about and say, okay, let me call this nigga and just say this, that, and the third?
I can't really speak on that.
Okay.
I don't know. That's kind of it's not really a hard question to answer, but I definitely feel like, yes, it definitely has shaped the idealism behind relationships, especially because, like, people nowadays try to follow the trend or, like, what's in. It's all about being in the in crowd or doing what's, popping right then and there. And so if there's a trend with a certain relationship thing, then people are definitely going to try to do that tenfold. Like, when everybody started posting that whole, like, oh, the dude would have on some tennis shoes and the girl would have on some heels and they matching. Like, everybody was like, goals, this is so goals, blah, blah, blah. And then you see all these couples trying to achieve just that. When before, like, yeah, you may have matching Jordans and shit like that, but, like, it wasn't no big...
It wasn't a thing.
Y'all don't know each other's favorite color.
Exactly, yeah. Like, y'all want to have matching shoes and shit, but what y'all really know about each other, Have y'all really actually communicated past what y'all want to fulfill out of social media relationship antics?
Do you think we'll ever get out of that? Because I believe both of y'all wholeheartedly in everything y'all saying, but do you think we'll ever remove ourselves from that and kind of get back to us?
No.
No, not at this point.
No.
Yeah, I feel like the world is too far in to do that.
So you think this is just going to be the norm from this point on?
Or it'll change into something else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only way it would change is if we diminish everything that we know, believe, and trust in, as we know, believe, and trust in it today.
I be thinking the same way. Like something's just gonna happen. It's just gonna rip us, unroot us from all this, and just say, hey, let's talk.
And that's the only way that it will. Like that's the only way a lot of humanity's mindsets will change is if you strip everything that we know, because you have to understand we are being programmed. We have been programmed. That's why it's so hard for us to break the shit that we want to break. There's things that we hate about ourselves and we wish we could stop doing it, but we don't even know where to start. And it's just like, I mean, where else can you start? Like it's a long process to even get that done. It takes 30 days to break a habit. So that's 30 days of consistency that you have to keep up with. And you have your whole life that you still have to live outside of that. Like, you still have to get up and go to work every day, take care of your kids. You know what I mean? Live life. Like, you can't remember, oh shit, I can't bite my nails, because it's a comforting thing for you. You know what I mean? Like that's what you do to like cope with shit. And so now you have to find a new coping mechanism that doesn't literally destroy your fingers,
So we had almost 22 years of, I guess, the internet is that what they call it? Mm-hmm. So how
actually, it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
The internet's been out since the 90s, right? So yeah, about 30 years. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
And that's the only world we know, so I don't think we have withdrawals.
And we've had phones since the 80s. And big old bulky bitches, bricks they used to pass around. Just carry around in their briefcases. That's funny. To see the evolution of a phone is hilarious.
I feel like this is a brick.
And that's crazy because compared to what they used to carry around, boy, you would have thought you was carrying a fucking fax machine around that bitch. Hello? Dial-up service. Literally.
No.
And you used to have a cord? Yes, you used to have a briefcase phone. And it would have a cord and everything.
I seen the ones that go like that. My grandma got one in her house still. The ones that do that.
That's a rotary phone.
Oh, yeah.
I could never figure those out. Because isn't it like this,
turn the number.
this?
Whatever number it is, you just turn it.
Oh, you just keep turning it to the same way?
Boom, 7. Boom.
When I was little, I thought that was for show. I'm like, why are they turning it? It's I thought that was for show.
They just pointlessly doing some bullshit.
They doing that for TV.
They just doing that for TV. I like the movies where they would have like the really, really long cords and wrap themselves up in that shit while they're doing shit.
You like that?
No, like not like stop
what?
looking at me like that. Actually, yes. To each its own. But not I mean like literally like it, but I mean like those were usually like some funny scenes to see people get caught up in them because they're doing a bunch of shit at one time and they end up falling.
Do you think you'll be able to use a carrier pigeon?
A carrier pigeon?
Like the pigeons that you tie a little note to they whatever and send them off.
I just seen people flip pigeons.
Wait, you done seen them what? What does that mean?
Way
yes,
over
definitely.
her
Because
head.
I was like, what does that mean? Because flipping the bird. So I'm thinking flipping you off.
She said that confident, flip the bird. Yeah.
Y'all know I am very like, I don't be knowing this shit.
I wouldn't be able to because I'm actually scared of birds. That's another thing.
Bro, I used to catch them up.
It would come in your house to drop a note. It
cannot.
would be a love letter from Santa Claus or
I will
something.
freak the fuck out. Get that away from me.
You don't like all animals
I
or
don't
just
like
birds?
No, I love animals. It's birds. Birds, I don't know. It's something about birds that just freak me the fuck out.
Is it because they can fly?
I don't think it's because they can fly.
Have you had like an accident with them and it's just scarred you?
Does the
for
bird
life?
ever shit on you?
No, bird never shit on me.
Not
got
while
attacked
I
by a
was
duck
driving,
one
but while
time.
my mom was driving. You did what to death?
I got attacked by a duck.
Oh.
I ain't did nothing to death. Nah, some ducks attacked me, like in a group.
in a group that was like, this bitch, she
Oh,
look
God.
very jumpable right now.
Oh, God.
Where at? Where were you at?
At a park. I was at a park.
They just
I
said,
was
"We
trying
want
to
that
feed the ducks, trying to be a nice little Samaritan. These motherfuckers was just coming closer and closer, and I thought they was just coming, for the bread. But no,
Was
these
plotting on
motherfuckers
your
start.
ass.
They got teeth. They have teeth. These motherfuckers bit my finger.
Purpose said, we said bread.
Not they have teeth.
They do, I swear.
I know ducks' teeth are scary. Have you ever seen a duck's mouth up close?
I got chased by a duck once too. I was at practice.
But
just
did
running,
it bite you?
Nah, it almost like them things
bite
are heavy. You don't see how big they are until they really close.
Mhm.
Just one coming at you.
Imagine a group of
Them ducks are huge.
I'm glad I never had any of those, stories, because I think I would be scared of birds too. You're right.
Chased by
raccoons are kind of cute.
I'm scared of spiders.
Flying on your
Birdman
ass.
hand rub.
Bro, I ain't never seen a raccoon in
I
real
like
life. Where was
spiders.
you at?
Not like small spiders, but like tarantulas.
I'm definitely. If I ever see a tarantula, I would probably shit my pants.
Them
I
things
wouldn't even
strong.
have shit inside of me to shit my pants with, but I would definitely shit my pants.
Want to hold it.
Exactly.
Bro,
That's why I would
fought
start
one.
shitting.
Like a 10, 15-minute fight. I fought a tarantula before. It would not die. I couldn't get to my house, my door. It's looking at me like that on the other side of the room. Like,
You fought a tarantula?
fought it. I won.
That did not be
Yes.
that big.
In Australia, that is so
Okay,
cap.
maybe Australia.
Australia got some big insects, period. Exactly. Their insects are not insects. They are animals at that point. Literally. Like, I don't even think the word insect even exists in Australia because they got kangaroos and animals.
Those are humanoids.
The
Those things fight. Those
Nah, for
things
real.
post
They
up. Like, they
post up.
posting up.
I know. Kangaroo Jack used to be one of my favorite movies.
They gave people false hope trying to be friendly with things. And
He
they
said
no.
false hope. Why did you think you could be friendly?
getting their neck broke.
Something that's really scary that I don't know what I think about is koalas.
Hey, sweet.
Koala bears are evil, but they're so cute.
Evil.
Hear one of they screams. That's
Yes, they're evil.
Those, they look
Koalas
like
scream?
animals.
yes, look up the noise.
Look at them.
Look up the noise. They're cute. They're so cute.
Hey, that feel violent, bro. Koala bears. They be
Wait,
chilling.
so I watched this video today of this monkey dropping puppies from a high building because a dog had killed her babies. And she was like up to like 100 puppies or 100 dogs. She was just snatching people's dogs and just dropping them and just dropping them niggas.
Funny,
It's like, damn.
She had a reason.
Okay, we're gonna listen to a koala cry. Not the Google app. We're not listening to this. Google doesn't have us.
We're
no.
not promoting them.
Oh, it's
not
not
free
letting
promo.
me. It's not letting me. It's not free promo unless Google wants to sponsor us. You know what I mean? Okay, koala screaming. And then. And then. And then. And then.
So he sings me a song. Go ahead.
Okay, you suck.
Bro, that don't even sound.
That
cute
still
as hell.
sounds cute.
She said that still sounds cute.
That don't sound cute to you?
Imagine you just in the jungle and you hear that shit.
See, I don't know. I love
And you
animals.
just hear trees ruffle. You gonna be scared.
I would go up to it and be like, come here.
That bitch gonna
You want me to hold you?
I might do that from a distance. I ain't about to go
From
to
a
a wild
distance.
animal and just be like, come here. Like,
Come here,
I
stink.
don't know. Y'all ever see videos of like tigers and like lions and people like in their cages and like y'all be thinking to yourself like I wouldn't, fuck with a lion or a tiger, but I like want to like go in the cage as well and pet it.
Oh,
Like a big cat, such a big cat, pet it. So I think animals just, I like animals, just not birds.
I'm scared of walruses.
Walruses.
Yes. First of all, they're huge.
What they gonna do to you?
Are they like dolphins? Dolphins.
You know, see the wars? They got them big ass fangs.
And they got the whiskers.
They got the tusks.
Well, no, because I feel like they slap people, you know? They just look like they just slap people. Yeah, no,
I thought they were friendly. No.
I feel like walruses are not friendly.
I tell you, the most dangerous animal in the ocean.
A whale.
I was gonna say a monkey, but you said ocean, so
Dolphins. Dolphins are terrifying. They jump sharks.
they rape people.
No, dolphins. They do drugs. They do pufferfish.
Wait, they do puffer fish?
Conversation went
Get them things scary, make them pop out and get out. I'm like, that's cool, but an animal
Okay.
can do that?
They be jumping sharks. Just imagine sharks.
I can't swim, so I ain't gonna be in the
Did you
water
know
anyway, so I ain't
whales
worried about it.
What if you go on
secrete
vacation?
60 tons of
I still
semen
can't go in the water. I can't swim.
when they ejaculate?
They ain't gonna take me.
I think it's 60 tons, something like that. I know it's some tons, though.
What was I doing?
That whales secrete 60 tons of semen when they ejaculate. That's some crazy shit. That means that you're literally swimming in a cum bath when you go to the ocean. Rocks?
Yeah, because the earth is just, the water has been disintegrating rocks on the earth. That's the reason why the earth is so salty.
That's a
Can we
theory.
get to the subject?
That's a theory.
What's salty?
That is a theory. That is a theory because another theory says water came here on ice from asteroids.
Water came here on ice?
As ice.
How is that the case? It came from an asteroid. It was already seen.
That is also very true.
No, the creation of Earth, not the.
All life from Earth came from water. Just thought I'd let you know that. Land did not come about until later the fuck on.
Water couldn't have been here without the land being here first.
That's so cap. The water would have to be here first. Land is created in the water. Do you not know underwater volcanoes is what creates islands and all that other shit?
Bro, no. Water
Yes. Yes, that is literally how any
would
island.
have to be here first, cooled off, and then
No.
the water would have had to be there after.
What?
So
What?
water
How
was
would
just gonna
the?
hold itself in the blankness of space, just gonna hold itself together?
Nigga, there's Earth.
There's still layers to the crust and all that other stuff and gravity,
It's
like.
gonna be made out of something else.
But the water was here first. Civilization was in the water
I'm
first.
not on your side.
I'm not on your
Oh,
side.
okay.
I can't help you.
I agree with them. Okay, got you. But yeah, so yeah, no, water was definitely here first.
How could water be here first?
How could it not? But you have to understand, there's still like
You're saying
land
the
and stuff.
made water?
No, the land was
What are we
here.
saying here?
Okay, so planets are made by gas and dust compiled together, right?
Mm-hmm. How would you explain Neptune or Uranus? Both planets that are gaseous, waterous planets with no land.
But we're not created the same way as those planets are. That's why we have life and they don't.
How do you know? How do you know that they don't have life? That's what I'm saying. Do not let the United States government lie to you. Do not let them lie to you, okay?
But you ain't been there, so you don't know what
Do
they got.
not let them lie to you. That's
I don't
what I'm
know
saying.
what's going on in the world, so I can't, I don't
But yeah,
know.
those are two planets that exist just with gas and water. It literally goes from gas straight to water. The deeper you go in there.
So you think that the Earth was at one point the same way as those planets are right now?
Yeah, in a roundabout way. But Earth also had like underwater land. Like even now we have underwater land. Where do you think Atlantis came from? It was drowned, yeah, but you know, there were still civilizations underwater even before Atlantis. So yeah. But that actually wraps up this episode of The Blank Space.
But no, for real, you really think
To continue that